Okay, here we go. Back another episode of Will It Live Again. We're working on the tourist camp stove. Today we're going to start putting some putty on it. So I got a bunch of these parts cleaned up. I like to get them painted just to protect them from re-rusting, but also to make it feel like I'm making some progress. So flip the camera around. I'll start talking to you about paint. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go with our parts. So fundamentally, the basic body of this stove is painted. I'm going to paint it gloss black. I think that's close to what it was. And I like to add in some variety of color into the things just because it kind of makes them look cooler. I try to keep it pretty original if I can. I don't know on some of these older ones exactly what the true color schemes were, so we're going to try to stay as true to it as I can, but add a little color into it too. So today I'm not going to work on the gloss black part, so that's going to rule out some of our parts. So these legs right here are painted the same color as the body. The handle will be the same color as the body. Probably, I don't know, on these brackets, I think they're going to be, you know what, I'm going to paint them the flat black that goes on the other parts of the stove. So I'm definitely going to paint the burners and paint them silver because the tray that holds them is black as part of the body of the stove. I'm going to paint this silver, at least the handle part of it. I want to leave the brass showing. Let's see, these things here are going to be the color of the body of the stove, so we don't need them. The screws, or nuts, bolts, screws, washers, all that kind of stuff. I think I'm going to paint them silver just so we get a little contrast in the deal. The wrench was silver, so we'll paint it silver again. Trying to think here. So on these, the body of my stove burner manifold is going to be flat black. These screw to it. So for the contrast, I think I'm going to paint them silver. Yeah, so that should kind of get me, I think really pretty much everything right here I want to make silver. So that'll help. And then we'll do these in a flat black. So here's why I'm hem-hawing around here. I like to use this high heat paint, and I've actually gotten 3 different brands of it. The VHT is available at the auto parts stores. This is a standard Rust-Oleum product that I find at home improvement stores. And then there's another, it's a different brand, I think. And it doesn't say 2000 degrees on it. And doesn't say flame proof, but it does say high heat. I think if you read in the fine print, it says up to 2000 degrees. Anyway, these paints have been really, really good for things like burners and stuff like that. Now, eventually they do, if you're actually running direct heat onto it, like these things right here may discolor a little bit, but they're not bad, surprisingly. And so these are the paints that I like to use for the parts that are going to potentially get really hot. So that's what we're going to use. I'm going to do most of these in silver to start with. We do have a clear. I'm going to use that on that brass because I want that brass to stay shiny like that. So I will paint the rest of it silver, taped off, and then we'll come in and touch the brass up with the clear. And I think I'll use this flat black on those leg brackets right there just for kicks and giggles. Alrighty, so let's start this process. I've got my custom spray booth right here that we're going to put them in and just spray paint them. I don't think we need to have a video on how to spray paint stuff. I'd like to do the bottom sides of stuff first. And that way, if when I turn it over it sticks to anything, it's going to be the side that won't really show. So we'll get our parts all sitting in here. There we go. And I'm going to have to tape this one up, so I will start painting this stuff over here first. I'll spray some silver on there and we will be back. There we go. Got a nice coat of silver on one side. This stuff fortunately dries pretty fast, so I'll give it maybe 15 minutes and then we'll be able to flip it over and spray the other sides. In the time being, I'll do something else and wait for this to come back around. Okay, got them all on there with our second coat of paint, so we'll probably just leave those, let them dry overnight. And while I was waiting to do that, took this burner plate to the wire wheel, and it came pretty clean. Got most of all the rust and most of the paint off. I still got a couple of spots where some of the paint is on there where it probably didn't get burned previously. So I don't know, I may go to more lengths to get that off. I may just leave it. The next big step with this is going to be to get it straightened out. All right, yeah, our next deal will be to get some black sprayed onto those leg brackets that we had right there. And I don't know if I'll do that tonight or in the morning. And we'll move on. I may see what I can do about figuring out how to get some gloss black on those. But I'll let you know. Talk to you soon. All right, did another thing here. Went ahead and flipped the case around, so we got another side of it soaking in the rust, or the acid bath, get the rust off. And I pulled out the burner manifold here, and I've hosed it off and kind of wiped it down, and it's obviously, I think it's going to come really clean. So I think I'm going to take it over the wire wheel right now and see what we can make happen with it. There we go, 10 minutes on the wire wheel, maybe less, and that's kind of the before and after shot of it. Pretty cool, huh? How that acid bath gets that all prepped and ready, and all you gotta do is get the residue off of it with the wire wheel. I love it. All right, here's the last little shot of the painting the parts video. Got flat black flame-proof paint on those parts, and they turned out pretty cool. So we're going to wrap up this segment of the series here, and next time we'll come back. I think we will put this burner assembly back together, and just so that we've got a little bit of progress of putting things together, and then we'll step on up to some other part of the process. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying and learning something. I'll talk to you on the next segment.